decided what I'm going to do with my white craft challenge. And the first thing that I have to admit to you guys is that I'm kind of a hoarder. I like to keep things even if they're broken, even if they're ripped, and I'm actually really glad that I do that because that's going to come in handy for this challenge. I have this lace undershirt that unfortunately has this really large rip in the back of it, and rather than throw it away, I'd like to reuse this material for something because I like it. And so today I'm going to do what is probably going to be one of the easiest DIY projects ever, and I'm just going to use this to cover up this lamp so that the lace kind of pops against the white, because I think that looks really pretty. Now obviously I'm not going to leave it just like this because then the lamp wouldn't be functional. What I'm going to do is trim off the excess on either end, and then I'm going to glue it along the inside. Now the thing about that is I've never done this before, so I don't know if the interior is going to look kind of jagged because of the cutting process. So another thing that I already had in my craft collection was this ribbon, and what I'm thinking is that I can use it to cover up the interior, like the inner edge along the interior, so that if anyone sees the inside of the lamp, it just looks like a clean black line rather than jagged edges. And the only other materials that I have with me are these scissors, and I'm using an all-purpose glue because although this is fabric, I'm bonding it to the inside of a lamp, so I wanted something that could deal with multiple surfaces. And the last thing that I have are these hair clips to keep the shirt in place while it's drying. Basically, I'm just going to cut right here all the way around and then secure it on the inside. So I'm gonna get started. Now, as I suspected, as I'm cutting, the edges are really jagged. So the top of the lace shirt is now free, and I am not going to even throw this little bit of fabric away. So you might see this in a future video because I'm a hoarder. All right, so now I am ready to glue, and I'm just going to line the interior with some glue and then fold the lace over and put it in place. So another thing that I would recommend if you're gonna attempt something similar is to find a glue that dries clear. Obviously, since I'm working with a black fabric, I don't want to have something that leaves a white residue. And another thing I would recommend as I'm doing this, I'm kind of learning, is probably you'll want a glue that's slightly thicker. You don't want something runny. As you can see, I'm twisting the lamp all the way around, and it wouldn't be very good if the glue were dripping. So now I'm just going to fold the lace over, and this is where my hair clips are gonna come in. I'm already seeing that since it's not dry yet, some parts are starting to kind of come up. Alrighty, so I've got my first side completely done, and I'm obviously gonna have to wait for it to dry, but I'll show you guys a close-up of the inside of it so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I say that it's jagged. It's obviously not a problem when you're looking at the outside of the lamp, but if someone comes up close to the lamp, I don't want them to see all the jagged edges, so that's what the ribbon is going to be for. Okay, so now we're going to work with the other side of the lamp, and as you can see, we've got all of this excess right here that needs to be folded in, but I'm going to first cut some of it away. So my next step is going to be putting glue along the interior of the lamp, and I want to be sure while I'm doing this to pull it kind of tight, and that's where again my hair clips are going to come in handy. So I'm going to make sure I pull it tight, secure it with a hair clip, and continue to do that all the way around. There we go. So that is all complete, but again, on the inside, I don't know if you can tell, I've got some jagged edges, a few of which are a little bit long, so I'm gonna trim some of them because unfortunately the ribbon that I have is pretty thin. I wish I had thicker ribbon, but because of the challenge, I cannot go to the craft store. But I'm gonna wait a little bit until it's slightly more dry. All right, so now we've got one edge of the lace dry right here. So I'm just gonna cover all of this up with ribbon so that you can't see how jagged that is. So again, I'm gonna do another layer of glue all the way around. And now that I've got glue all the way around, I'm going to take my ribbon, which I have cut to match the circumference of the lamp, and I'm just going to place this inside. Alrighty, and I've got some excess ribbon that's overlapping, which is okay. I'm just going to add some more glue. And now the interior is lined with ribbon so that it doesn't look jagged. And just for comparison's sake, I'm gonna turn this over so that you guys can see on the other side. That doesn't look quite as pretty, so I'm going to do the same to the other side to ensure that if anyone looks inside the lamp, it looks nice. Now this side is going to be a little bit trickier because as you can see, we've got these bars right here. And so instead of being able to just go all the way around with my ribbon, now I'm going to have to work in pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue down, and then I've got a strip of ribbon that I'm going to try to fit into that section. And I was just a little bit too long. I'm going to try to poke it beneath this bar. There we go. Alrighty, and we just have one little gap right here that I'm going to cover with ribbon. And that is the lamp all done. So I've got lace around the outside, and because I stretched it pretty tight, you can see the design very well. And then along the inside, we have no jagged edges, very, very clean because of the ribbon. And so there's a few places right now where you can still see the glue, but obviously since it's going to dry clear, it's going to look really good when it's all complete. So I'm just going to allow this to dry fully before I actually use it in my lamp. Alright, so this is the finished result and I absolutely love it. As you can see, this was such a simple DIY project. I'm really happy with the way that it came out and happy that I could repurpose something that I really didn't want to throw away. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this white craft challenge. I certainly enjoyed doing it. And so now I'm going to actually put my lamp together, but thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you very soon. Bye guys!